Hello everyone. In this video, we will study about if-else conditional statement in Python. I have already selected some questions for you. First, we will understand the logic, then we will do the coding part. Okay. Now, our first question is how to check if a number is greater than 100 or not. Okay, write a program for that. First, we will understand the algorithm. We have to take an input and keep it in a variable named a. Now we have to check whether a is greater than 100 or not. So this is a decision, or we can say a condition. Condition is written in this shape, diamond shape. So the condition is a greater than 100. Now it has two options. Either it may be yes, yes it is greater than 100, or it may be no. If it is yes, then we can print that a is greater than 100. If no, then we can print a is not greater than 100. So this is the simple algorithm. Now do the programming. A equals to int input, put a message for the user, enter a number. Why int? Because Python by default takes everything as a string. So we have to convert it into an integer. Okay. Now we have to give the if else condition. So if condition, what is the condition? A greater than 100. Then as per the syntax, we have to give colon at the end of if. And now we have to follow the indentation, giving spaces so that it improves the readability for the user. Now print, what we will print? A is greater than 100. Next, if it is not satisfied, if the condition is not true, if a is not greater than 100, what will happen? It will go into the else part. And there we will print a is not greater than 100. Clear? This is a simple program. Now let's run it. Enter a is greater than 100. Clear? If I again run it and I give 80, now enter. So a is not greater than 100. Clear? This is a simple program. Now, our next program is to check a number whether it is even or odd. Same way, we will first take the input. Then for even or odd, we have to divide it by 2. If the remainder is 0, then it is an even number. If the remainder is not 0, it is an odd number. So first take an input and we have to convert it into an integer. You can put a message, enter any number. Okay. Now we have to give if else condition. If a modulus 2 equals to 0, a will be divided by 2 and the remainder will be checked whether it is 0 or not. If it is 0, then print a is an even number. If not, if the condition not satisfied, simply it will go into the else part. It will print a is an odd number. So you get the logic. We have to divide it by 2, and if the remainder is 0, it is even number. If not, it is odd number. And this is modulus operator. Modulus operator gives us the remainder, and we have to check the remainder whether it is 0 or not. Now let's run the program. Enter any number, 30. It will be an even number. A is an even number. Okay. And again run it. Give it 13. Enter. A is an odd number. Clear? Next, our question is determining the maximum of two numbers. First, we have to take inputs, two inputs, and then we have to check which one is maximum. Okay, first take the input. A equals to in input enter a number. Same way we have to take another input, keep it in variable b. Now if a greater than b colon, what will be printed? A is the biggest number. If not, it will go into the else part. Print b is the biggest number. Clear? Now run it. 30. Enter another number. 40. So b is the biggest number. Okay. The next one, determining the maximum of three numbers. How can we do it? First, we have to take three inputs. That is very much clear. Okay, let me copy paste it. A, B, A, B, and C. So, give it B, give it C. I have taken three inputs. Now, first, see the algorithm. We have to take three numbers A, B, C, A, B, C. Now we have to check whether A is greater than B. First take two numbers A and B and check whether A is greater than B. If yes, then A is the bigger among these two. So now we have to check whether A is greater than C. A is greater than B is confirmed. But check whether A is greater than C also. If yes, then A is the biggest. No doubt about that. The output will give A is the biggest number. But what if A is not greater than C? Then C is the biggest number. Clear? Now here, if A is not greater than B, then it will go into the no part. If A is not greater than B, that indicates that B is greater than A. Now we have to check between B and C. B is already greater than A, but whether B is greater than C also. If B is greater than C also, then B is the biggest. So if yes, then B will be the biggest number. If no, then C will be the biggest number. This is the simple algorithm. Now do the coding. We have taken three inputs. Now check if A greater than B. Then we have to check multiple condition. We are here if A greater than B. We are in the yes part. Then we have to check A greater than C. Then again give and condition if A greater than C. Now there may be two options. It may be yes, it may be no. If it is yes, then print A is the biggest number. Clear? If not, if not means where are we now? Right now, here. Because this is no. A is not greater than C. Then C is the biggest number. So here we have to give else statement and we have to give print C is the biggest number. Here also we have to check. We have to check whether B is greater than C or not. So again an if condition. If B greater than C, then print what we will print. If B is greater than C, then B is the biggest. B is the biggest number. If not means here, if not, then C is the biggest number. else print C is the biggest number. Okay, so we have done the coding part. Now let's run and check what happens. Run. Give a number 14. Enter. Give a number 12. Give a number 34. C is the biggest number. Okay, you got my point. If you want to run it again, 56, 34, 23 is the biggest number. You get my point? Okay. In this way, we can determine the maximum of three numbers. Now, this is known as nested if-else statement. Nested if-else statement means there is another if-else statement within one if-else statement. Clear? Now, our next programming is to check whether any given year is a leap year or not. For that, we have multiple conditions. First one is that we have to divide any given year by 4 and the remainder must be 0. But this condition will not suffice. We also have to divide the number by 100 and the remainder will not be equals to 0. Okay, either this condition will be satisfied or the given year must be divisible by 400. If any of these conditions satisfies either these two together or this one, then the given year will be leap year. So this is the logic. Now how can we write the program? Simple. First we have to take any input, year equals to, convert it into an integer because we will perform arithmetic operation. So enter an year. Next, if year modulus of 4 equals to 0 and year modulus of 100 not equals to 0. Either this one will suffice or year will be divisible by 400. Then print it is a leap year, else you can print this is not a leap year. Okay, so this is the logic to check whether any year is a leap year or not. Okay, now it will show as an error, so delete this and run the program. Okay, sorry, you have to give colon here also, then run. Enter any year 2024. This is a leap year, we know. Clear? Now enter any other year, suppose 1900. Now run it. What do you think? This is not a leap year. I'm sorry. Enter. Not a leap year. Clear? So here you can give multiple conditions together in a single if-else statement. Okay. And our next program is how to check any user authentication. User authentication means suppose you are making a login page where you have to provide user email ID and user password. And if both of them are correct, then it will be logged in, else it will show you as an incorrect credentials. Now write the program. Let's assume that it will take email ID as datasciencejourney100@gmail.com and password 1234. For anything else, it will treat it as an incorrect. Okay, now write the program. First, take an input, email equals to, take an input, enter your email. Next, for password, input enter your password. Okay. Now the condition, if email assignment operator, only for this email ID it will be valid. You have to keep it in a quote, quotation because this is a string, and password equals to 1234. Then give indentation, print, welcome to your page. Else, for anything else print invalid credentials. Okay, now run the program. Oh, sorry, here we have to give the assignment operator equals to equals to. Now let's run it. Enter your mail ID. Provide the same mail ID. Always remember that Python is case sensitive. So if you provide the capital, it will show as an error. Enter password 1234. Welcome to your page. Now run it and give another mail ID, but keep the password same. It should not get logged in. Invalid credentials. Okay, so this is a simple program. Our next program is how to determine the quadrant of a point. First, understand the algorithm. Okay, now what are quadrants? This is x and this is y. So this is positive direction and this is negative. So any point existing here, x is for positive, y is also positive. So here both are positive and this quadrant is known as first quadrant. Now here x is going in the negative direction but y is going in the positive direction. So here x is negative but y is positive and this is the second quadrant. Now in this quadrant x is again going in negative direction, y is also going in the negative direction. So here both are negative and this is known as third quadrant. But here x is going in the positive direction but y is going in the negative direction. So here it is plus, minus, and the quadrant is known as fourth quadrant. Now we have to write a program so that for any given point we can say whether it is in first or second or third or fourth. This is the our problem. And now how can we write the program? We have to take inputs. So x equal to int input enter x. Next, for y equals to in input enter y. Now we will check multiple conditions. How? If x is greater than 0, y is also greater than 0, then they are in first quadrant. If x is less than 0 but y is greater than 0, then they are in second quadrant. If x is less than 0 and y is also less than 0, then they are in third quadrant. If x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0, then they are in fourth quadrant. So this is the conditions here. Now, if x greater than 0 and y greater than 0, then print the point is in first quadrant. Now there are multiple conditions, so we can directly write else. Here all the conditions can be written by else if statement. So else if other conditions. What are the other conditions? X greater than 0 and y less than 0. X greater than 0 and y less than 0. That means we are here. So we are in the fourth quadrant. Print fourth. Now again statement else if x less than 0 and y greater than 0. Then what will we print? X less than and y greater than. So we are in second quadrant. We can write second quadrant. Okay. Now only one condition is left. So you don't need to provide the condition. We can directly write else. That means all the above conditions are not satisfied. So we will come into the else part. Clear? So here we can write third quadrant. I hope this is completely clear to you. Now we can write the program, but before that we will correct the syntax. So else if is used for giving multiple conditions. ELIF. Okay, now run it. Enter x, suppose 3. Enter. I want to give -5 in fourth. Now our next question is how to determine the discount based on the purchase amount. Okay, we assume a condition. If our purchase amount is greater than 1000, we must get some discount. So discount will be 10%. Okay, now let's write the program. First, take the purchase amount as an input. So input, enter the purchase amount. Okay. Now what is our condition? If purchase amount greater than 1000, then there will be a discount of 10%. Discount of 10% means first you have to calculate the to be paid amount equals to purchase amount into 0.9 because 10% discount. So you have to give the 90% of the amount. Now print to be paid. If you have not purchased more than 1000, then you have to give the purchase amount. There will be no discount. Okay. Now let's run the program. I have purchased of 2000. 2000 is minimum. So enter. So 200, 10% is discount. You have to give the 1800. Okay. Now suppose I give 900. I have not purchased more than that. So you have to give the purchase amount. No discount is applied. Clear? Now our last one is ternary operator. Now what is ternary operator? Okay, we will understand this by this example. Checking if a number is even or odd. We did the same program, but here we will do the same program using ternary operator. So first you have to take the input. Next I can directly write result equals to even, then if condition a modulus of 2 equals to 0 and else in the same line then odd. So if a modulus of 2 equals to 0, result will be even, else result will be stored as odd. Now print the result. Let's see. Enter any number. 10, 7. Clear? The same above program we have done in a single line. This is known as ternary operator. You are writing the condition if, else and also the result in a single line. Clear? So these are the basic programming related to if, else conditional statement, and we will do some more in our later videos. Okay, till then, bye. Happy learning.